Hello, I'm Mountain Metal Shaper Tom. So, as you see before you, the Arcdroid CNC Plasma, I am super excited to have this machine in my workshop. This was on my wish list of tools 12 to 18 months ago when I first seen it on Instagram and seen the videos and what it's capable of, and I was blown away by that. Fast forward 12 months and Rob at Xtremeplasma is now the UK supplier of this machine. So, the opportunity arose where I could get the machine, the plasma table, the plasma cutter and other little features from Rob, pull it all together as a complete package, and now I can use it on my Austin 7 project and other projects going forward. So I have no CAD experience, and this is where this machine comes into its own. If you can draw, trace, basically cut out a template, you can literally use this machine to draw around, swap over the heads and then cut it out. It's that easy, so you don't need any CAD experience. Obviously if you've got CAD experience then it's even better. You can load your files in there and then basically cut in front of you, and it literally takes seconds. It is so quick. This isn't going to be a how-to video. This is me learning how to use this machine, and I'm going to get things wrong. I'm going to have to learn the package that is on there, but I think it's pretty straightforward. I've had a look through the book. I don't read many books, but I've had a look at that one, and I think I can get this pretty quickly. So I'll give you a quick walk around, show you what I've got, and then we'll look at drawing something up and then cutting it out. And you're going to see this video, this machine, throughout my Austin 7 build, and hopefully on other individual projects moving forward. And the better I become at it, the more complex them projects will become. So I'm really excited, like I said at the beginning of the video, and I'm just going to crack on and see how many things I can mess up before I get it right. Okay, so the unit itself, as you can see there, it's a really nice compact little unit there. This is the brains behind the whole machine. This is the control panel. So this is where you input all your information and basically tell the machine what to do. Rob's put together a little instruction manual there, really easy to follow. Arcdroid don't do this for some reason. It's all online, but Rob's printed it all out into a nice little book there. So it's really easy to follow. It's also got the USB there, so that has all the useful links on it, and the additional storage. For some reason Arcdroid don't supply that, so that just literally plugs into the unit at the back there, so you can save all your drawings onto. A couple of little things I did get was this corner piece, corner finder for your sheet metal, so it's easy to calibrate and tell it where to cut and find your edge. And also this little piece here which will find the center of your holes, and you can locate that on your drawing. So really handy, and I think they're quite cheap as well, so it's definitely worth getting. So that is everything in the box that you would get from Rob. Of course the table I got from him as well, and the GYS cutter there. So let's just bring that around so you can see that. So again, never used a GYS product, so can't wait to see how that works and see what it's like and how clean. Because I got it from Rob, it's already wired into the torch there, and that goes into the back of the machine, and that literally will fire up the torch once I give it instructions to do so. So that's really easy to do, but Rob's done that already, and it's a real nice neat job. So that is everything there ready for me to use. Okay, so the machine is now all calibrated. I will be honest, that was a little bit of a flaff. It took a few attempts to get it somewhere near. It's very sensitive, so make sure you put it into a place where you're not going to knock it like I did. Spent all that time calibrating it. I'd done a test piece, wasn't good enough, or wasn't close enough, so I calibrated it again, and then I knocked the machine and it threw it out. So I've done it again. I'm happy with the results. It's close enough for the moment. I am going to calibrate it again later on, but it's close enough for a demonstration. So I'm going to do 3 demonstrations. I'm going to trace something and cut it out. I'm going to use on here, I'm going to go on to trace, and I'm going to select a shape. So I'm just going to cut a square, maybe put some holes in it and stuff like that, and use the preset settings in there where you can change all the dimensions. I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to load a file. So I'm going to show you all 3 applications that you can do on it. And again, I am a beginner at this, so this isn't very technical. This is really basic for some people, but as I develop my skills on this machine and learn more about CAD, I'll then be able to do more complex stuff. But that is in the near future. At the moment, I've got to start at beginner level. So first of all, I'm going to trace something and cut it out. Okay, so the stylus is on. It's on trace mode. What I'm going to do is hold this red button here and work my way around the tool, and it's going to record all these points and then put them onto the screen. If I wanted a straight line, I'd literally just press it once, get to the next point, press it again, it'll draw a straight line. But what I'm going to do is hold this, and it's going to record all the little datum points around the tool, and that's how it gets its information. So on the screen it should start appearing. Could have picked something slightly easier to start off with as a demonstration piece, but I thought this is quite fun and quite apt for the channel. Back to where we started. So on the screen there, if I just bring that up, you can see the adjustable that I've just gone round. So I'm going to save that now. Gives you a file number. I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to change the tooling over onto the cutting torch. Then I'm going to load that file and cut it out onto this piece of steel that I have in front of me. Now we're ready to cut. Okay, so I'm gonna zero the machine so it starts cutting from that point there. I'm gonna go into the files, load my drawing so it's appeared on the screen. I'm gonna turn on the arc. Auto level is on, so it'll come down and find the material. The cutting speed is set. Because it's really thin material, we don't need a slow cut. It can come down and cut quite fast on this, and that is everything ready. So from that point, fingers crossed, everything should go okay. So I'm literally just going to press the run button and away it should go. Okay, so there we have it. Our first test piece cut out. It's never fails to put a smile on my face when it works that easy. You've seen how quick I traced that, saved it, switched the tooling over, and then cut it out. And it's literally taken minutes. So if I was to cut that out by hand, you know, with a grinder or snips or anything like that, it's certainly not going to end up that flat. I'm not going to be able to do it that quick, so it's definitely a win-win. One thing I have learnt in the cutting process there, my starts and stops finished on the inside of the tooling, so I need to be aware of that on things I make going forward. I need to start the tooling, start the cut on the outside, so this piece isn't affected, but I'm sure there's a way of selecting that going forward, but that's something that I need to learn. So what I'm now going to do, so tracing was, I call it a win-win. What I'm going to do now is then select some shapes like circles and squares. Think of them as like, you know, capping plates at the end of a tube or a bit of box section. And I'm literally going to select some shapes, select the sizes, and then just cut them out and just show you how easy that is. Fingers crossed, I say it's easy. I'm still learning. So yeah, that's the next plan of action in the video. What I'm now going to do is cut out some shapes. So first of all, zero the machine. So this is my starting point. I'm going to go on to trace, and then here's your shapes here. So first of all, I'm going to go onto the circle and get your stylus, which is plugged in. Just press the red button. So now we can do the diameter of the circle. So we're just gonna, it's got 60, but let's just open it up. We're gonna change that to, I don't know, let's go 75. Then just save it. And that is, I'm sure this is internal or external. So let's try that one and see if that then cuts from the outside and leaves a perfect circle on the inside. I think that is right, so we'll soon see. Gonna just save that. Gonna go back. We're now gonna save it. So it's giving us a number 164, and if we then take the stylus out, gonna exit that, load 164, gonna turn on the arc, and all being good, that should be ready to run. So if I press that, just gonna move this out of the way. Okay, now on to the square. So let's just zero that point up there. We are now going to go into trace, select the shapes, click on the rectangle up here, and I'm just going to press the stylus button so it knows where we are. And then it's got 50 by 50. I'm happy with that. Let's just try that one. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to exit that point. To save it, it's given us a number 165, so I know where to find it. Now let's go over to the home section. We're going to just take the stylus out, load it. Let's go down to 165. So it's now level. Now on the screen, it knows where home is. So we're going to turn the arc on. Auto level is on, so it'll come down and find the sheet, and simply just press run. I'm going to move this out of the way. So as you can see there, very clean and square, and I'd call that
a very successful test piece. What I'm now going to do is get a file, load it into the machine. I haven't done this yet, so there's going to be a bit of trial and error and see how easy it is to load the file onto the machine and then cut out my template. Right then, the moment of truth. So on there is a DXF file of a slapper tool that I make. So here goes. Would have to put it in the right way. There you go. So let's go to load. And oh, so there are DXF files on there. I don't know which one, but let's have a look at that. Okay, there you go. So it is showing to scale. So if I click that, I want it to cut. That should cut that shape out. So as easy as that. Literally plug it in, load it, and it's on the screen. So I'll cut it out now. So if I literally just press run, that should just fire up. Okay then, so let's do a roundup of the machine. Really easy to set up to start with, straight out of the box. I've done all 3 applications, the trace, the preloaded shapes, and loading up a USB file. These are the slappers that I sell on my channel, and the fact that I can now cut them in-house like that is a game changer. I get these outsourced, and now I can cut out on demand and not have to wait for an outside company to produce them for me. So I'm really happy with that. It's so easy to load the file, like you've seen in the video. It took me seconds to literally load it, select it, and then cut it out. So this is basically, the more skill you have on CAD, the more you're going to get out of this machine. So I'm at the starting point of my journey, so it's only going to get better from here. I'm going to be using this on the Austin project and many projects going forward. So I'm very excited about learning lots more about this machine. I am going to tighten the belts on here, and then that will get me an even better cut, a more consistent cut, without a slight wobble that I've got in one. So I know I need to just true it up a little bit more, but I'm very impressed with the machine itself. I did do a 6mm cut to put the GYS cutter I have under the table to the test, and that done a really nice cut. I'm not going to be doing anything thicker than that. I've never needed to make anything thicker than that in the workshop, so I'm certainly not going to need anything thicker than that on the Austin 7 project going forward. So I'm really happy with the GYS cutter and how that's performed, and the clean cut on this piece of material here. Hopefully you've got enough out of this video and it gives you an idea of what this machine is capable of. Like I said, I am a beginner, and there are people on there on forums and that are doing amazing stuff with these kinds of machines, and hopefully one day I'll be at that level, but not quite yet. But that is pretty much it. It gets a thumbs up from me in the channel, so I'm really happy. So what else can I say? Go check out Metal Shaper Tom on Instagram. Please give me a follow on there. Like and subscribe if you haven't on this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Ciao.